Done. Wonderful. Okay. We are recording. Welcome. I am so honored to be sitting with such beautiful, energetic beings today. And I was just chatting with actually Vanessa about how this energy that is around us, it's almost as if we work in our container within ourselves on trying to come to this loving state, to try to arrive to a state of just being in joy, in love, in peace, right? All these things that all beings aspire to be. But then we step outside our door, we step past this container, and we then can sometimes be forced to be bombarded by different states of being, different states of discordance. And, you know, there was something that was, I'm getting called to share a story when I was traveling. I was called to go on this travel for the heart. And it was me leaving all of my work at that time in Toronto and heading down to South America I was connecting to some of my Indigenous South American roots and feeling just the heart call to go. And when I went there was this wondrous space I found that was very much, you meditated twice a day, you were in this kind of little idyllic haven. And I could have just, I knew there was a part of me that could have just stayed there for the rest of my life and just allowed the students to come and just me to teach and grow my own vegetables and be very idyllic and simple. But then there was this point when actually my body started to rebel. And I listened to body very, very deeply. And it just was getting sick, and it was just not at its higher space, because it was like, this is too simple. The challenge in being in a state of love, the challenge in being connected to the heart, is to be it with others, is to be in and around other beings. It's simple to go up on a mountaintop. It's simple to go into a cave and to connect to our state of love. And there is this beautiful thing then of realizing that this type of source connection, this type of connection to something that is outside or other than us, that we connect to when we connect to love. It's almost as if, as we be in a state of love with others, that we're also connecting to that source connection through them, and hence being in relation. So today, we will be doing actually a 33-minute meditation on being in this state and seeing what may be resisting us to be in this state in relation to others, so that potentially we can allow our presence to still be non-discordant, non-paranoia, non-dealing with, the craziness and the caca, but being able to just be love, even outside our doors on the busiest street in the craziest city. I've come back to Toronto, so I know there's one right outside my door. So from here, choosing to either sit down or lay down, find a place that is of comfort, closing your eyes. And in this wondrous state of eyes closed, You can envision that mountaintop. You can envision that beautiful beach, that grassy, gorgeous meadow. You can envision wherever is your sweet space. That space where you can connect to love. Love is a challenging word for there has been many ways of, or many tones to that word that we use. I love fall. I love this season. I love my siblings. I love things. But then you also sometimes may be reminiscent of people when they're like, oh, I'm just sending you love. And it's a different tone. It feels ingenuine or not genuine. It feels untrue. And how does it feel untrue? How do you know what is untrue? It is from this inner point or state of resonance. For as you connect more to the sensation, the state of being that is love, the state of being that is love. When you connect to that, your feelings will teach you and share with you untruths or things that may not be in love. So allow yourself to first take a moment as you are breathing here in your present state to really send out some love to those beings that may be around you within your life, or even just within your day, this past week, that may not have felt to you that they were in that state. Send some love to those people that just really need it. Send some love to those people that might even be called your enemies. Send some love to those people that you just might not get along well with. And it's not that non-genuine love, but the love that you hope to feel always. The love that you believe is within. The love that you trust to guide you within this life. For all beings deserve to have the ability to heal. So sending out your love to give them the choice the ability to choose, that they may be open to heal. We are all healing. We are all healing. We are all loving. Become aware of how your breath is filling up the expanse around your heart center. Breathe into the uncertainties. Breathe into the broken parts. Breathe into the parts that don't feel whole. Breathe into the tears. And just continue to fill that area with breath. Allow yourself to be moved. Don't hold back the feeling that is behind this breath. Allow yourself to feel completely. Discover if there are any parts of your outer body that require subtle adjusting so you can even breathe fuller into what is known as your capacity. But then once you reach that capacity of your container, be it the feeling of like, that's my limit of breathing, of fullness today. See with each exhalation how the edges of that limit begin to soften. And breathe past those edges, and just an inch further. Become aware of where that heart center is, that anatomical heart. But you will find, even past that knowledge of your anatomical heart, that there is a point that feels hot. As you continue to breathe, bring your awareness to that point. Feel when you connect to that heat, how what you may first connect to is that ignition, the spark that is behind that heat. And you'll realize what is fanning that flame or is sparking that heat is actually a little bit below the heart. That is that understanding of who you are. Don't fear that power. Don't fear that connection. Honor your spark, honor your I am. It's as if the heat, that point from the heart, is drawing down, almost like a downward facing triangle, towards this lower spark point, this ignition point. To honor that, you can even say your name within your mind. Your name holds your power. Start to sense how your breathing has shifted. You're still breathing to its fullest, but it may be less forceful by this point, and that is okay. Start to visualize from that point of the heart that there is now another triangle that is expanding from that central point out towards your shoulders. On the inhale and on the exhale, how it's drawing forward in front of you, creating another point. If you visualize colors, you may feel this in fuchsias or pinks, purples, greens. Any color is fine. It could be golden, it could be just light. Expanding from that center heart point out to your shoulders once again. Feel on the exhale how you're now drawing that point backwards. How you are now breathing into the back of your heart without concaving the front. Aiming to be full on both sides, front and back. Envisioning that point that is reaching back behind you. And then how naturally the exhale starts to soften as your upper back softens. And you can envision that triangle gently drawing down to bring that point towards the base or the back of your spark. Saying your name. Feeling the entirety of you. Drawing that breath now up from the spark, feeling the heat that may be coming in towards your heart center. Don't be afraid of the heat. And don't worry if you do not feel heat. It will come with time. Feeling each exhalation, how gently now your exhale comes, but still how directional that energy is, moving from that heart point farther out in front of you. Listen to the sound of your breath as you breathe into the fullness that is you. Start to envision that frontwards facing triangle Coming from that heart point out towards your shoulders. And with each breath out, expanding in front of you. How with your next inhalations, it's slowly coming closer up to you. Turning up towards your face, up towards your head, until it becomes an upwards facing triangle. Each inhalation expanding out to the shoulders, and each exhalation moving that heat upwards, even past the crown of your head, that point reaching up somewhere you'll know. Start to feel how the points of the triangle are expanding even past your shoulders now, reaching farther out to 2 points to the right and to the left. Visualizing how wherever your breath naturally goes, it's now creating this wondrous shape that moves with you to different points in front of you and behind you. So as if those jeweled triangles with your breath are moving up and down and forward and back. Now feel the capacity of your heart center. And see if you can breathe even fuller. Filling up all the spaces that have just opened. Even into the areas of discomfort or difficulty. Just allow your breath to seep into those spaces. Allow your outer body to soften. To feel as if your outer edges are softening with each breath out. You are starting to blend into the space around you. You are feeling the entirety of you. Where are the edges of your energy at this point? How far out is it? Just see how you envision that, this orbs or bubble or moving light around you. See now if that fullness and warmth in the heart can now assist you in breathing out to that, to push your energy to its fullest capacity towards that light encasing. Whatever feelings or emotions arise, just feel them fully. Allow them to move with your breath. Trust in the healing of your heart. And in this space, envision the people that are around you within your life that you share love with. Even animals, all beings that are living. Continue to breathe into your fullest and see how maybe even the edges of that encasing have softened with your exhale. And then bring into your mind even the challenging people within your life that have been given to you in family or in acquaintances. And just notice what may shift within you and see if you can continue to breathe and be in this state of being and to feel for them. And to know that you do not have to heal them, that your being is all work enough. Just being here. See if any areas that have hardened you can allow to soften, even your eyes. And bring your awareness back to that multifaceted set of triangles that were shimmering out from that point of the heart center. How does it look to you now? Is it moving? Honor the state of love. honor the body that is yours. You are love. Feel and listen. Allow your ears to remind your skin to soften, to open and receive. Become aware of the sounds around you, even the ones that may not be peaceful. Honor them all in this state. The symphony of your life and your surroundings. Bring some gentle movement with your shoulders, just letting them gently rock forward and back. Forward and back. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Allowing yourself to very gently bring some movement to your pelvis. And just feel like you're now just doing little rocks forward, back, even little circles, half circles, nothing too effortful, just more rocking motions. And from the rocking motions of shoulders and pelvis, just now allow your spine to move and just sway. Even if you're lying down, just doing gentle swaying motions. And then feel how the exhalation is moving through your limbs, pushing energy through your arms and your legs, and how it's moving down to those lovely fingers and toes. And let your fingers and toes move. They do so much and emote so much. Stretching the whole body. Feeling and being this loving, breathing you. And as you soften your jaw and soften your exhales, allow your eyes to gently open and try to still be in that being, to still breathe in this fullness that is you, even as you see your outer world, even as you look at your surroundings. this awakened, loving state, this place of presence, even with your eyes open, even when you step out into the world. I feel your love. Thank you. And may you bring that love farther out, past these walls, out there. Thank you.